Dear student, in this video I'm going to talk about the questions from the salt, which is very frequently asked in every O-level paper, and it is highly scoring. So if you understand the basics of identification of the cation and anion, it's very easy to, you can score 100% from this question, right? Okay, so let's see the question. Very important, whenever you read this question, just go through all the points and what a question has been asked, then you start jumping to the answer. Don't just directly jump, okay, what is the Q and S? No, read the question very carefully. So what is this question saying? The substance W is a mixture of the two salts. So basically very important here, the W what we're talking about is mixture of the two salts. Okay, it okay, two salts means what? Two salt means the salt is any compound, right? So salt is any compound, so it can be definitely there will be two cation and two anion, right? Anion may be same, anion may be different. Like you can make sodium sulfate, you can make sodium chloride, or you can make sodium sulfate, you can make magnesium sulfate also, right? So coming to the next question, when you add water, it is forming a colorless solution. Now you know that in your list you have to study about couple of the cation. You don't have to study about all the cation, right? So these are the list you have to study in your syllabus. So zinc, aluminium, lead. 1 minute. So in this cation list, basically if they whenever there's a colorless solution, it can be the first three, the top, or it can be ammonium ion. So copper, iron, Fe2 plus, Fe3 plus is gone from the list. Now when they're saying the colorless solution, okay, just you can write it down very cleverly that it might be ammonium salt. Now ammonium salt can be chloride, it can be sulfate, it can be anything what is in your list, no? So the anion part what you have to study is it could be carbonate, it could be nitrate, it could be chloride or sulfate. So now we have to find out whether the salt is ammonium chloride, ammonium sulfate, or what. So we have certain hint here. So whenever there's a colorless solution, first of all it should be dissolved in the water. That's why you can find the colorless solution. All ammonium salt are soluble in water and it form no precipitate, so you can just think about it could be the ammonium ion present in that. Now they are saying when you put acidified silver nitrate, it forming white precipitate. So when they use this word acidified silver nitrate, this is the test for the present in the nitrate ions. So sorry, they're asking you the white precipitate, right? So white precipitate, which means they're talking about a chloride ion. So because silver chloride is white in color, so it's possible that in the solution, in the salt, it might be the ammonium chloride, but when you are adding the silver nitrate here, AgNO3, it is forming the silver chloride. So there is the exchange and form the silver chloride. So it means the salt have ammonium nitrate. So ammonium ion cation part and nitrate is the anion part. Now since there's a mixture, it can be the another, can be another salt here. So what is they asking you for another hint? Add aqueous sodium hydroxide and warm it. So when you're putting aqueous sodium hydroxide and warm it, and you find a colorless gas, when you add aluminum foil, the gas is colorless. It means when they use the aluminum foil, warm it, and aqueous sodium hydroxide and warm it, it means you're talking about the presence of an ion which is called nitrate ion, okay, which is very important, that add an NaOH, aluminum foil, and heat it. So our analysis is complete. Now let's identify Q and S. So Q is here, the gas is the ammonia, okay, because they are saying gas is evolved. So since it is a nitrate ion, it is going to come off. What is S? S is just now we have discussed, it will be silver chloride. So it will be your silver chloride here. Now name one salt must be present in the substance X. So must be present, it can be ammonium nitrate, it can be ammonium chloride. You can write any of them. So you can write any of them. Write a balanced equation for any of the reaction included here. So in this inclusion, as I have already written here, I can just simply write that NH4Cl plus AgNO3, it will give silver chloride, AgCl. Okay, now remaining part you can combine it here, plus ammonium nitrate. You can also write the ionic equation if you want to express that. It will be your Cl minus plus Ag. Write it down with the state symbol aqueous, and it will give you AgCl, which is the solid, because rest other are going to cancel out anyway, because both will come same and same here, right? So you can just cancel it out. This part will be here, this part will be the same here, so you can just cancel it out. So this is the final equation. You can just write it down like this. When W dissolve in water, the temperature of water decreases. So when they're saying water is decreases, it means what? Basically it is going to cool off, right? It means it is an endothermic reaction. So you can just simply write that, explain this to that it is endothermic reaction. It is endothermic reaction. Okay. When heat is absorbed from the surrounding, it means temperature is decreasing. So it is endothermic reaction, like that. So for this cation anion, if you have not watched my video, I will put the description link this video. Please go and watch it, because everything I have summarized in a one PPT form. So I hope this part is clear. Now what you can do for next question, you can simply pause the video and try to solve by yourself. Okay, I hope you have done already now. So let's see that how to do the question which is from the solve like this. So first of all, let's read the question very carefully. Describe some of the reaction of substance A. So this is the substance A. Now they have not mentioned about what is the A here. Is it like one salt or multiple salt? We don't know. So just assume it can be more than one also or single also. When heat gently then strongly, the pungent gas E with pH 10, it means is indicating you two things. First thing they are telling about pungent gas, it means it is the ammonia gas, which is very peculiar smell, and it is alkali in the nature. So the two hints, make sure that yes, it is the ammonia. So E is confirmed. When dissolved in water, it give you solution B. It means it is dissolved, whatever substance is here, it is completely dissolved in water and forming a solution. Now when added aqueous ammonia, a light blue precipitate C form. So when there's a light blue precipitate, it means there will be the salt of the copper, right? Now when the solution B is added, solution B, we have added aqueous sodium hydroxide, a light blue precipitate form, which is insoluble excess hydroxide. It means confirm it is a copper only. When it is heat, the ammonia gas is produced. Now when they say ammonia gas is produced, it means what? They are talking about that in the solution B there might be some salt which is made from the ammonium ion itself, right? So B's hint, it can be ammonium ion, it can be a copper. So copper is confirmed, it can be ammonium ion also, because where we get ammonia here, right? There is nothing we have added here. Now they are saying when you put acidified barium nitrate, a white precipitate form. This is the test for sulfate. Remember in the previous video we have talked it. Okay, so in the previous video what we have seen, that look, when you have a sulfate present in the anion, when you add the barium sulfate, when you add here acidified dilute nitric acid and barium nitrate, it will give you barium sulfate which form white precipitate. So this is the test for the sulfate ion. It means this solution B, the another salt, could be a thing made from the sulfate. Now let's see the question. So this is the overall analysis for the question. Now we have to go to the we have to think about this identification. So C, D, E. So where is C? C is here. So light blue precipitate means what? It is the hydroxide. So it will be definitely copper hydroxide. Okay, because here after aqueous ammonia you got the light blue precipitate. Precipitate is the copper hydroxide solution. Now D, what is the D? So D is here, white precipitate form. So precipitate they are talking, it means it is the barium sulfate, okay, which is formed when something here with the sulfate they exchange their anions. So D is clear, it will be barium sulfate, BSO4. Now E, already we have discussed that it will be ammonia. Identify the two cations present in the substance. So they are asking you what could be the two cations. Already we have discussed, it is definitely Cu++ copper and ammonium ion. Now why we think ammonium ion here? Because if you look at here, right, ammonia gas is produced. So here we have not added any HNO3 here, right? In the solution B we have added aqueous sodium hydroxide and then a light blue precipitate form which is insoluble in excess sodium hydroxide, and when you heat, ammonium gas is produced. It means what? Definitely it might be something ammonium ion. Then it is, that's why it is giving you the ammonia here, right? So it will be ammonium ion here. Write the ionic equation with a state symbol for formation of D. So they want how the barium sulfate form. Okay, let's write it down here. So this part I will write it here. So since they are asking you just ionic equation, you can just write the ion form. So barium nitrate, it means what? It will be Ba++ plus sulfate, which is coming from the ions. It will give barium sulfate, BaSO4, which is a solid, aqueous, and this is also aqueous. So this is the ionic equation. Now where we get this, barium and calcium, these are group number 2, so it will be Ba++. So this is here they have given you hint. If you want to write in a detail, I'll explain you how I come to the conclusion from this part. So barium nitrate, okay, so NO3, since it is the 2 part, barium nitrate can be 2 here, plus sulfate, which is coming from the salt, it can be NH4, ammonium sulfate, and it is giving you barium sulfate plus ammonium nitrate. Since these are spectral ions and they are going to be same, it is not going to change, it is give you the same result. So we can just cancel out the product and you can write directly this equation, you can write it down your notebook. So writing ionic equation means we don't have to think about this SO4 is coming from which solid. It can be copper sulfate, it can be ammonium sulfate, it can be either of them. So you can safely write this equation because this is the final product you will get. So let's see the question number next. Again you can pause the video and try to solve this question by yourself. So question is saying that describe the reaction between the metal L and a colorless solution M. Now read this question very carefully. The L is a gray solid. Okay, now gray solid means what? It can be, this is also looks gray, this is also looks gray, everything looks gray if you think about other than copper and aluminum, right? So you'll get very confusion. Which gray you're talking? Are you talking about iron? You're talking about zinc? Or you're talking about lead, right? All are gray. So how to deal with this question? Now in your syllabus you have to study about zinc, aluminum, lead, calcium, copper, Fe and this. So remember, it could be gray means it can be zinc, it can be Fe2+, it can be lead, either thing possible. So we have to find out which one is this. Okay, so let's understand how to clarify that. So gray solid can be what I made list. I made a list. It can be Fe, it can be zinc, it can be lead. These three possibility. Now we have to figure out each one of them which is perfect matching here. Now when you adding colorless solution, turn blue litmus paper. So this solution turn blue litmus paper to red. It means it can be a acid, right? It is acid. Okay, this is gray solid. It means it can be these three. Now they mix together. It means you are mixing what? You are mixing a metal and acid. So it will give you obviously colorless gas, which is odorless, colorless, and when it is extinguished with a pop sound, it means what? It is a hydrogen gas. So it is confirmed, yes, it is acid, and the gas is yes hydrogen gas. That's why it is, there's a pop sound is coming. Now the M is a colorless solution. Now see, the colorless solution means what? Whatever is there, it is mixed completely and giving you colorless solution. So this is gone now. This can be option, but now we have to sort out whether the lead will be there or not, because sometimes it also forms the salt which is not soluble in water, like lead sulfate, lead chloride, they are not soluble. So we have to think now which one is matching here. So when you put acidified dilute nitric acid, add barium nitrate, it means what we are checking? We are checking presence of sulfate ion, right? And a white precipitate form, it means what? It is barium sulfate is forming. It means this solution have a sulfate. So calcium sulfate, lead sulfate is gone. It means now only option we have is zinc. Now when we add aqueous ammonia, when you add aqueous ammonia, white precipitate form that is soluble in a and form a colorless solution. So very clear, the precipitate which dissolve in excess NaOH is only and only remaining is the zinc, which is a gray metal, dissolve in excess, and there is no doubt. Okay, aluminium is gone, lead is gone, calcium is gone, because calcium sulfate not soluble, lead sulfate is not soluble. Now this analysis of question is complete. Now we have to identify what is the L. So L is a metal, it is zinc. M is a acid, which should be a sulfuric acid, otherwise where the sulfate will come here, right? This sulfate is coming